Why am I always thirsty? Dehydration, medication, and salty foods are often culprits. It's not unusual to crave a cold glass of water on a hot summer day or after you've eaten something particularly spicy. But if you're extremely thirsty, that can be a sign of a problem. Common causes for excessive thirst. Our body is made up of many tiny cells. Each cell needs a balanced amount of fluid, both inside and outside, to function properly. When there is less fluid outside of the cells than inside, fluid is drawn out of each cell to compensate, comparing it to the way a dry sponge soaks up water. The resulting lack of fluid diminishes your cell's ability to perform essential functions. When your cells don't function normally, your overall body function starts to decline. Typical reasons why you feel thirsty include diarrhea, vomiting, excessive sweating, overheating. Whether you've been rigorously exercising or just resting in the sun at the beach, your body needs water to keep from overheating. Exercise. When you exercise, your muscles generate heat. To keep from burning up, your body needs to get rid of that heat. Serious dehydration can cause physical and mental health issues. Luckily, when you're dehydrated, your body will let you know to start drinking more fluids. In fact, if you're thirsty, that's a sign you're already dehydrated. Your kidneys also release hormones during times of dehydration because you have diminished blood flow. We have strong evidence to support these hormones stimulate around your brain, activating thirst centers within a portion of your brain called the hypothalamus. This causes us to feel thirsty. Diabetes. Increased urination and excessive thirst are two telltale signs of the onset of type 2 diabetes. These can also be symptoms of hyperglycemia, a condition where there's too much sugar, or glucose molecules, in your blood. As the excessive glucose molecules enter your urine, the glucose draws water with it like a sponge. As a result, you produce more urine, and then pee more. Your body expels the sugar from your body via urine. As we lose those excess fluids, we eventually become dehydrated and may end up in the emergency department. Dehydration could also be a sign of a condition known as diabetes insipidus. When you have diabetes insipidus, you can't hold onto water. In fact, you lose it through urination. Medications. Certain medications can cause side effects like thirst. Lithium is widely known to possibly result in excessive urine output and therefore increased thirst. A number of other medications, antipsychotics, antidepressants, anticonvulsants, anticholinergics, and alpha agonists, can cause dry mouth and, therefore, trigger thirst. If you start taking steroids, whether short-term or long-term, you might be encouraged to monitor your blood sugar levels, or accommodate higher levels by taking more medications for diabetes. Salty foods. Let's face it, salty foods are delicious. The only downside? Chances are good they'll make you feel thirsty. After we eat salty foods, the salt gets absorbed into your bloodstream. The salt then draws fluid from our tissues into our circulation. This excessive pressure triggers receptors that sense the presence of sodium in your blood. Your kidneys create extra urine to reduce the fluid and sodium levels within your bloodstream. Dry mouth. Having a dry mouth makes you feel more thirsty. Thyroid issues. Hyperthyroidism, or the condition where your thyroid is overactive, might cause increased sweating, which in turn causes thirst. Am I always dehydrated when I feel thirsty? If you're feeling thirsty, does that automatically mean you're already dehydrated? Not necessarily. This is often seen if you're living with underlying mental health issues like schizophrenia. You might drink excessively without one of the previous underlying stimuli for thirst being present. How to cope with thirst? Where coping with thirst is concerned, hydration is key. Drink water. Drinking water is one of the best ways to stay hydrated and keep thirst away, although you're probably always wondering how many glasses of water a day you should be drinking. If you're working out, this equation might change. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, to avoid dehydration, people who are active should drink at least 16 to 20 ounces of fluid 1 to 2 hours before an outdoor activity. After that, you should consume 6 to 12 ounces of fluid every 10 to 15 minutes that you're outside. When you're finished with the activity, you should drink more. How much more? To replace what you've lost, at least another 16 to 24 ounces, 2 to 3 cups. Drink fluids with electrolytes. Electrolytes such as sodium and potassium help keep your body functions running smoothly. When you're thirsty, drinking fluids with electrolytes, like certain sports drinks, might be best. Avoid alcohol, caffeinated and sugary drinks. In general, you should avoid drinking fluids that have excessive amounts of sugar in them. When does thirst reach the point where you should talk to a doctor? Most of the time, you can conquer your thirst by taking the simple steps above. But in a few situations, more help might be needed. If you're still thirsty even after drinking a lot of water and can't seem to quench your thirst, talk to your doctor. Also, talk to them if you're thirsty more often, or to a greater extent than you might anticipate. If you're interested, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.